everybody, Richard here, and welcome to the Nerd Life. I'm doing real good on this once a week video thing, ain't I? Sorry. Anyway, I'm back. I've just been super busy the past couple weeks. And honestly, a lot of it's working on commissions. I guess I could record that while I'm working on them, but I don't think about it when I'm doing it. I just want to get these things done, get them worked on, get them focused on that only. So this video is going to be another update video. Probably be like a little mini showcase too, to show you some of the things I've finished this week. I need to shave. And I need a haircut. Look at that. That's all crazy. I had to brush it all forward because if I didn't, it was like... yeah, so I'll just do a little showcase video of some of the stuff I finished and the stuff I'm working on right now. I'm still working on that Mastodon, but it's going to be my next project. I'm going to kick back on it. I still need to do some little detail work, and I have to do that freehand on there. I've just been kind of holding off on the freehand for a little bit. Make sure I get it just right. But yeah, no, that's it. The other commission I had was the Chaos APOC thing, with the 3 Kitans and the 3 Slaughterers. All I have left of that one is one Slaughterer. So I got its base set up and ready. I don't remember if I don't think I've shown you, or maybe I did show you the Slaughterers finished. I kind of don't want to show y'all any of that yet until I get the whole thing finished, because together they look mean, like really mean. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna show you. Let's go table down, shall we? Hey everybody, here we are, table down. I don't know if you can tell, but I have a cleaner workspace. We're not gonna go all the way over there because I don't want you to see what I've finished, and one of the things I'm gonna show you here in a second. Let's get this down a little bit. Okay, so some things I'm working on. So we all know, I think I've talked about this already, and I've probably shown you the ones I have finished. So I have the set of the smallest set that Games Workshop put out, the little starter game. I don't remember what it's called, but it comes with the Death Guard, and then these. And actually, there's more to it than this. And he's somebody I got on the internet. But yeah, these 4, and I think there's like 2 or 3 other ones. But anyway, so I'm painting these guys up, getting them all ready to go, my size of the Emperor. And to add to that, I started doing this. So here we are. This is the Harvester. I'm getting a little bit more done on this one and starting on the plasma effects. I painted scythes on here, but I didn't like the way they turned out, so I'm gonna do it a little different. Like I may just do the blades with a little bit of the actual wood, but I want this area to be more filled up and look a little fuller and nicer. Yeah, sure, look at my fingers. But other than that, it's coming along really nice. So this comes with like extra bits, or no, I had an extra bit from something. I just happened to be putting it together and I decided to try it. So I did this. Oops. I made a blasted up front end of it. Dremels are awesome. So I just wanted to practice painting it and doing some stuff. So I did it to see what I could pull off. I think it turned out really well. I'm really pleased with it. Before I glued his front on, I had put this on him and he looked like he was haggard. Like I just liked the way it looked. It looked really cool. So like I'd like to do one complete dreadnought like that. Have them all blasted up. Hands. I think that would just look cool. All those little holes and blast marks and stuff. But yeah, it was fun. It was really cool. Really easy to do with the Dremel too. So now the next thing I'm going to show you is... Oh, hold on. I think that's my official sneeze per episode. So, you know, we got all these people going through the Primaris Rubicon and coming up You know, hey, look, I was little bitty, now I'm really big. So one of my favorite characters, or one I just really liked, I can't remember his name now, which that's kind of terrible to be a favorite character. You can't remember his name. Durr, that's mean. So we'll just call him the Dude. So the Dude was in the original Inquisitor game, you know, the big, I think 50 or whatever millimeter figures, and it was the Space Marine figure, and I think the new Death Watch version of him came the same way, like same pose, I mean. So what I did is I thought I like this guy. I started painting the one for the regular one, first one that came out, not the Inquisitor one. Hair in my mouth. I started painting the one that came with the Death Watch game. I think that's where he came, right? Oh gosh, I don't remember. I'm just gonna drop where he came from. He came from somewhere. We know that. So anyway, I took him, and then I was like, you know, he needs to be Primaris sized, because it's just time for him to grow up. It's time for a little boy to grow up to big boy. So what I did was I looked around the internet, found a figure of him and a figure of another Space Marine, Primaris Marine that I liked the pose, which actually I think it's this pose. It was this figure. It was that exact figure. I got another one of these figures. So anyway, I got it, and then I took the smaller version and I cannibalized it. So it worked out pretty well that these are actually Primaris shoulders. And I just cut it off right below it, and then I cut off his elbows, which they fit pretty well. Glued those on. Now technically, if he went through the Primaris treatment, he wouldn't have this metal hand, right? He wouldn't have a robotic hand yet. Maybe he just really liked it and wanted to keep it. Didn't do anything else with the body. His cape. His cape worked out good. I snipped off his cape, and it's going to go right behind the backpack, which this is the Primaris backpack. And I just put the same little heraldry thing up there. Cut it off the other one. And then this arm. This arm worked out really good. So it is cut off. It's that regular arm. This arm cut off just around the wrist, I think, at first. Yeah, it's cut off around the wrist. And then, so that way the sword can stay on it and everything too. So I glued it all back together. And he looks like this. I even snipped off the little elbow thing he has on there. And was able to put that on there. And then this, of course, is the shoulder pads that came with it. So I think it worked out pretty good. It's got his head. Oh, excuse me. Some chuck and die. It's got his head's in the bag over there. Now I know the other version had a cord or some kind of cabling that ran from here to his backpack. I decided to forego that. I was like, nah, you know, things are moving up in the world. I think they can have everything condensed into one weapon. So I guess I could have turned around and went through and cannibalized this and put it on a bolter, like one of the heavy, whatever they're called, the bigger bolter guns that they have now. But I decided not to. So, but yeah, that's him. Artemis. Haha. I should have just read his shoulder pad because it tells his name right there. RT Mass. So yeah, so here I have a new Primaris Rubicon Artemis. He's headless, but he won't be for long. Now, this is an earthquake. Oh, a finished piece. So, here we go. Oh. Magnus the Red. So he didn't want to skin that red, so I kind of went more with a tanned look, since he is on a planet, you know, pretty sunny, like Egyptian style planet. And then we decided to do the Warp Fire purple. I was going to say pink. It's purple. Now I'm still practicing with getting whatchamacallits right. Getting OSL words. I'm still working on getting OSL right, but I think I'm pleased with this. I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, if you're on my Instagram, you saw this cape painted up really nice and clean. And then I come back and I put purple on it to make it look like it's the glow from the purple flames. But he turned out really well. Like I said, I'm really pleased with it. The flames took me a bit. Like I painted them once, then I went back and I kind of repainted them and then repainted them. I think I repainted the flames 3 times, and this is finally the way I liked, because I actually was able to go in with white and just every crack that I could that I thought should, I put white in there real heavy. It bled over onto this, onto the rocks, onto the other flame. It's bled over everywhere. So then I came back and I had a medium purple and I dry brushed it, like really light dry brushed it on the flames and then on parts of the rocks to give it like a little highlights and stuff. And then I have this, I love this stuff. It's Wicked Colors by Createx. And it's a purple. It's called Detail Red Violet. So what I did was I used it, and it's thin because it's made for an airbrush. And so when I went over there, I was able to do like little light, wetter dry brushes, but still really light. And that's how I got these darker purples. And that's how I even did the cape. The cape is it, like one, I didn't even water it down. It's just one swoosh of that straight out of the bottle. But yeah, then I went over there and I just did it like, made that like the darkest spots, and it just kind of helped give it this cool little glow effect. I don't know if you can kind of see it on the camera. I hope it's coming off good. But yeah, no, he turned out really well. You know, I got the glow effects on the stone and stuff. And then let's go ahead and take him out. There we go. And then we have, of course, Magnus. And we decided to not do him exactly like the Forge World one, just changed it up just a little bit. So I just changed a few things, you know. So we have his little OSL from his hand. I think that turned out decent. I think I kind of wanted the white a little bit more, but I don't want to mess with things once I've already done it, because you can always make it worse and then just keep going and go, oh, I'll never get it right. But yeah, my favorite parts about Magnus is the scarabs. I had loads of fun with the scarabs. It's pretty much just a dark teal green. Well, actually, first over the bottom, I did Vallejo's Game Air Imperial Blue, which is it's a blue, but it has a slight purple tint to it. So I put all that on there, on all the scarabs, all over the body, and all the little metallic looking plate or the little things I thought were gems and jewel plates, even on the back of his leg. So I did that, and then I went back with that teal that I was talking about, this tealish green, and kind of just did some light little brushing on them to blend them out. And then I came back with, it's called, where is it? Yeah. Oh no, ooh, I broke a horn. Crap, live camera. Bimini Blue? It's a Bimini. Bimini Blue. And I did that as all the highlights. So, yeah, I gotta glue this back on now. I'll do that off camera, but until then, let's just wedge it in there. Oh, look, it looks stupid. I should just glue it anyway. Yeah, that'll do for now. So, yeah. So I did that on those, and I just like the way they turned out. I did the same thing with the little, I don't know what these are. Little tassels, his little crotch guard. But I just like the way that turned out. Now the book. Okay, so if most of y'all see this, you're like, hey, I have Magnus. He doesn't have the book there. It's hanging from his shoulder pad. Well, the little doodads, the little chains that you have to glue on the shoulder pad and then dangle down to glue the book underneath his armpit are so freaking fragile. Like, I looked at one funny and it just snapped in half. So, yeah, I decided, I talked to him about it, let him know that's just, it's not going to work out, so we're going to have to do something different with it. So that's what we did. We did, I just painted it up and glued it on his hip. So it looks like it's just chained to his side. I know it'd be cooler if it was actually the way it was supposed to be, but like I said, it was just a pain in the butt. Oh, I did more of that marbling effect on his his staff, which I thought turned out pretty cool. I'm gonna mess around with some more OSL. Like I bought a Bits Buy one time, and it came with the sword version of this for the big Magnus, for the Demon Magnus. So I'm gonna use that, and I'm gonna play around with paint it up, and then play around with the OSL from the orb and the fire coming off of it. I might even do it the same as this, like the purple warp fire, just because I really liked it. And yeah, dude, but this was fun to do. This was really fun. I love working on Primarchs. I did one a while back. I'm pretty sure I didn't do a video of it, but what I'll do is a little showcase video of it. I did Angron for a friend for his birthday, and I just, like I said, I love painting Primarchs. I have my Mortarion that I'm about to do here once I get caught up further on commissions, get a little further along. And I want to paint them all. So I have a 40K version of Guilliman that I'm working on. But like I said, I want to paint all of them, especially the Heresy era ones. I just like the way they looked. And I would love to paint with him to match up Russ, Layman Russ. And then do the basing, the whole big display base and everything. Just have the two of them just like, hey, what's up, dude? What you gonna do when I come for you? So, anyway, guys, I've rambled enough, and I've kind of just like flew through this whole thing. I'm gonna get working on the other stuff now. So next week I'll hopefully have more. Hopefully next week I will be able to show you the APOC Force. Hopefully, which I'm pretty sure I will. If I get a good steady workflow on it, going on it, I'll be done with it. And hopefully the Mastodon as well. I'll be able to show you the Mastodon finished. Which again, that's another one I'm pretty sure I could pull off fairly easy as long as I stay focused. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate you joining me. And I think all those have commented, welcomed me back to YouTube and all that fun stuff. I did miss it. I missed it, YouTube. I missed YouTube. It was fun. I loved it. I enjoyed doing it. It just got to the point where it was so much, I couldn't keep up with it. And, you know, me being the way I was manic over it and freaking out a little bit. But I'm back. I'm going to keep going like this. I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to try to do one video a week. Hopefully that'll pick up a little bit more. You know, make sure I stay on those weeks. Again, I do have a Patreon. It should be down there in the box below. Feel free if you want to. Even $1 is cool. I mean, it just helps me out a little bit. Helps me be able to do this, paint more things, and it just helps me. That's all it does. It just helps me, and I really appreciate it. Guys, I love you all. I'm gonna stop talking now. Well, not now. In a minute. I love you all. Keep rocking that nerd life, my friends. I will see you next time.